They say the wild is no place for a family SUV. They say that only trucks and purpose-built off-road monsters can survive nature's wrath. But what if I told you, one car has quietly been rewriting those rules, and in 2026 it's returned fiercer than ever? This is Subaru's most daring creation yet. A vehicle that doesn't just drive through the wilderness. It belongs there. This is the story of the 2026 Subaru Forester Wilderness, the SUV that refuses to stay on the road. For decades, the Subaru Forester has been the unsung hero of adventure. Not the flashiest, not the fastest, but always the one that gets you home. In 2026, Subaru has taken that philosophy and pushed it to the extreme. The result? A machine built for explorers, dreamers, and those who seek the road less traveled. But to understand how this humble crossover evolved into a trail-taming beast, we need to go back to where it all began. The Subaru Forester's journey began in 1997, during a time when the automotive world was obsessed with size and luxury. SUVs were becoming the new kings of the road, but most were too big, too thirsty, and too clumsy off-road. Subaru, a company known for rally-bred sedans and quirky all-wheel drive wagons, saw an opportunity. They envisioned something different. A vehicle that could blend the practicality of a car, the capability of an SUV, and the heart of an adventurer. The result was the first-generation Forester. Compact, rugged, and surprisingly agile. It wasn't trying to impress the valet. It was built to take you to the places valets don't exist. Over the years, the Forester evolved. It grew safer, smarter, more efficient, but one thing never changed: its spirit of adventure. Subaru's loyal following, hikers, campers, dog lovers, and explorers, embraced it as more than a car. It became a companion. And yet, as the market shifted and SUVs turned into soft, city-dwelling crossovers, Subaru asked a daring question. What if we built a Forester without compromise? What if it was truly meant for the wild? The answer was the Wilderness series. Launched in the early 2020s, the Wilderness trim turned Subaru's family-friendly Forester into a rugged explorer. It was tougher, taller, stronger, and it struck a chord with those who felt adventure calling. And now, in 2026, that spirit reaches its most evolved form yet. The 2026 Subaru Forester Wilderness isn't just an SUV with a lift kit. It's a purpose-built overland machine, designed from the ground up for people who'd rather follow a trail than a highway. Let's start with the engine. Under the hood lies a refined 2.5-liter Boxer 4, pushing out a solid 185 horsepower and 178 lb-ft of torque, tuned for low-end grunt, perfect for crawling over rocks or powering through mud. Paired with Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive and a revised Lineartronic CVT, this system distributes power seamlessly, keeping traction when lesser SUVs spin helplessly. But the real story is what's underneath. The Wilderness gets a higher ride height, nearly 9.5 inches of ground clearance, giving it the confidence to tackle uneven terrain without scraping its belly. Skid plates shield the vital components, while all-terrain Yokohama Geolander tires bite into dirt, gravel, and snow with ease. Then there's X Mode, Subaru's terrain management system. Now with advanced settings for deep snow and mud, it adjusts throttle, transmission, and braking on the fly, turning the Forester into a four-legged mountain goat. And yet Subaru didn't forget comfort. Step inside, and you'll find a cabin designed for real-world adventure. Water-resistant StarTech seats, rubberized cargo flooring, and plenty of tie-downs for gear. The infotainment system, Subaru's latest 11.6-inch touchscreen, supports wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, while driver assist features like EyeSight 4.0 bring top-tier safety to every journey. But perhaps the most beautiful part of the Wilderness isn't in the spec sheet, it's in the details. Copper-colored accents hint at its off-road DNA. Rugged roof rails can support a rooftop tent, and every badge, every stitch whispers the same promise: go further, go beyond. But even the wildest ideas face resistance, and the Forester Wilderness had its share of skeptics. Critics argued that Subaru was wasting resources, that a lifted crossover could never match a true off-roader. They mocked it as an outback with hiking boots, claiming buyers would stick with traditional SUVs like the Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk or Toyota RAV4 TRD. Worse, early versions faced real challenges. Some owners complained about transmission overheating during prolonged off-road climbs. Others noted that despite its rugged look, it still lacked features like locking differentials, a staple in hardcore off-roaders. For a moment, it seemed like the Wilderness might remain a niche, a novelty rather than a revolution. But Subaru listened. They revised the cooling system, refined the gear ratios, and re-engineered components for durability. By 2026, the Forester Wilderness was no longer a curiosity. It had earned respect, and then something unexpected happened. As climate change made road trips more unpredictable, as overlanding became more popular, and as more families sought adventure instead of airports, the Wilderness found its purpose. It wasn't about conquering Rubicon trails or rock-crawling competitions. It was about real-world exploration, the kind of journeys most people actually take. In a world growing more chaotic, the Forester Wilderness became a symbol of self-reliance. Today, the 2026 Subaru Forester Wilderness stands as a testament to Subaru's unwavering philosophy. Adventure should be accessible. It's not the loudest SUV, not the most powerful, and certainly not the most expensive, but for those who understand its purpose, it's close to perfect. Outdoor enthusiasts praise it as the ultimate do-everything vehicle. It's as comfortable on a school run as it is on a backcountry expedition. Its resale values remain strong, and used models are sought after by weekend warriors and off-grid explorers alike. Beyond numbers and sales, though, its legacy runs deeper. It represents a shift in how we see vehicles, not as status symbols but as tools for living richer lives. In a sense, the Forester Wilderness is more than just a car. It's an invitation to step outside your comfort zone, to chase sunsets, to sleep under unfamiliar skies, and perhaps, in an era where technology isolates us more than ever, that's the greatest gift any machine can give. In the end, the 2026 Subaru Forester Wilderness isn't just a story about an SUV. It's about human curiosity, our endless desire to explore, to see what's beyond the next bend, to find home in the most unlikely places. And that's why this car matters. Because it's not just built to survive the wilderness, it's built to help you thrive in it. So, here's the question. If you had the keys to this machine, where would you go first? Tell us in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey, hit that subscribe button, because next time, we're exploring another legend that changed the way we think about adventure forever. Until then, keep driving, keep exploring, and never stop chasing the horizon.